Okay, so since the launch of Boost My Social, we've been getting a lot of questions around Instagram. So today we wanted to talk to you in more detail about the platform itself and how it works and what it should be used for from a travel agent perspective. People come to Instagram to be inspired and discover things they care about, including content from brands and businesses like yours. This information here on screen is taken directly from Instagram, and I think there are key reasons here why you should, if you don't already have an Instagram account, and why you should be active on it. Over 1 billion people have Instagram now and are active on it. Over 90% of people on Instagram follow a business. 84% of people want to discover new products on Instagram, and 2 in 3 business profile visits are from people that don't actually follow them yet. So as you can see, it's a really powerful tool to make sure that you are active on. Now, Instagram is a place for you to share your business's story. It's a place for you to showcase your products and services, build your community, increase awareness of your brand, showcase your company culture and values, advertise to potential customers, increase brand loyalty, and share company news and updates. There's so much that you can do with Instagram, but you've got to decide on a story that you want to tell and how you want to do it. Once you've established that story and you know kind of what it is that you want out of your Instagram profile, then you need to look at the profile itself and make sure that it's up to scratch. Let's take Aldi as an example here on screen, and we're going to look at the bio. This should represent the story that you want it to tell. It should be a little bit about your business, and as you can see here, it says followers for the best recipes and finds, which is actually different then to what they have on their Facebook profile. So this is where they start to differ and where you can start having a bit more of a story and a theme behind your profile. It'll give you an opportunity to promote other channels like your Facebook page and a website if you have one. It's important that you've got your relevant contact information present, of course, providing people for a way to contact you, whether that's your email address, a phone number, a physical address. And when you do add that, it's going to Instagram will automatically create a corresponding button for you, like these here. So whether that's to call, to text, to message, or get directions, it'll all relate to your profile. However, you can configure those and edit them simply by clicking on your edit your profile and scrolling down to your actions button section. But what you need to think about next is the theme that you want to have around your Instagram account. And the real importance behind a theme is that you can really think about how it is you want to come across. It's going to define who you are as a business essentially, and it's going to make you recognizable when people are scrolling. I use my perfect example that I have my beauty salon, and I recognize their posts before I even know it's them, and I look forward to seeing what they're posting next. And this is how you'll start to increase your loyalty from your followers, because they'll just stop and they'll recognize that it's you automatically. It's a really good way to increase your following, like I said, and obviously build your brand awareness. But what do you post to do things like that? Well, your posts will obviously all feature on your grid like this here. The last one we looked at had a colour theme. This one, there's still quite a colour theme element there, but you need to think about the type of content as well. It's really important that you have a recognisable visual identity. So, we work in travel, so you want to think about destination shots, hotels, window seat views, travel amenities, and airline pictures, and these are all good content ideas to become thumb stoppers. You've got to stay away from the hard sell on here. It's not really what people are on Instagram for. Now then, thinking about your text, this is a chance for you to enhance your content further, and there's plenty of different ways that you can use them. You can treat them to be short, snappy, and headline to a post. You can think about a story if you want to put more of a personal post up, and you get people to know a little bit more about the business itself. That's a really good way where you can tell a story. Of course, you can ask people to You can ask people questions so they, start to engage with you and encourage replies. There's so much that you can do with your text, but it's thinking about the differentiating it when you're looking at your posts. But what's really important to ensure is that the text is aligned with your brand and in your brand's tone of voice. Now, as a little tip, the captions will be hidden after 2 lines, so you've got to capture the audience if you're planning to write any more than that. So moving away now from posting on your grid, let's look at stories. Now, Instagram stories are a great way to grow your audience. It's a great way to get messages across to your customers without overloading them on that newsfeed and grid and stuff that doesn't need to be on your grid. About 62% of people said they've become more interested in a brand or a product after seeing it in their stories. And I know I'm definitely a victim to that, but it's a great way to tell a story yourself. You can use sort of 5 or 6 posts in a row it might be around the same sort of thing, but you're going to tell a story within it, or you might showcase a product. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But what can you post on stories, and basically how is best to use it? Well, there's lots of things that you can do. But one thing we wanted to highlight is this section here at the top. So obviously this is how you're going to start being a bit more creative with your stories itself. You got your stickers, you can add your text, and obviously you can change your sort of design and do different things on it here. But what we wanted to look at was the stickers, as this is how you can start to build your engagement. So as you can see on here, there's a few things that you can do. Obviously location, tagging people in, hashtag, GIFs, music, times, polls, questions, countdowns, sliding scale and quiz. But what I would encourage is that you really try and look at first the stuff that you can get your engagement from, and the stuff that's really going to help you get to know your followers a little bit better. So I'm going to play you a little video now that will show you how to do that.
So let's start with a question sticker. So click on the sticker tab at the top and click on questions, and pop in your relevant question that you want to ask your followers to gain engagement. And then place it over where the sticker should go. And next up, we're going to look at a poll. So click poll as an option and pop your question in. And again, you can change the yes or no to different answers there as well. So again, this is quite a good one for finding out a little bit more about your followers. Then next, we're going to look at a quiz. Again, this one, it will have a right answer on here, so don't try and use this as a poll with more options, because it will give them a right answer, and you don't ever want to think that somebody's opinion is wrong. So use this as a bit of fun and a good way to get interaction from your followers. And then place it where you want it to go. And then we have our sliding scale. So you can do a lot with this. You can ask a question, or you can leave it blank to react, to get people to react how you want to. You can change the heart eyes emoji to different things as well. But here we're going to show you how you can use it to dictate choices. So you can simply change the emoji, click the plus, and you can search for different emojis that you want it to be. And you can search, like you say, there's lots on here that you can choose from. One that obviously works really well for this is the pointed finger, and then you can literally choose 1, 2, 3, 4. And then lastly, we have the location, which is really good. Pop in your location, check that it's the right location. I don't know if you saw there, it did say Zante, but it's in London, and obviously that doesn't count. It's not going to pull up in the right location. Here we've got Zante, we're in the right location, and then you're going to actually appear in more searches if people are looking for holidays to Zante too with this one. So it's really simple, but it's inspiring your customers.
So there's some great ideas there that you can do, but what we would definitely recommend that you do is go on, have a little, explore, trial things out, see how things work for you. We've shown you sort of a handful of stuff that you can do there, but do go on and kind of practice it yourself. But as you know, stories don't last forever. They only last 24 hours, but that's why we have highlights. So you can save your stories and highlights, for categories, which you can see is what we've highlighted here on the screen. Now, this is a really good way to show different elements to your business and inspire people to look into something that they might have missed. But we really would encourage you to sort of review these often, so you've not got anything expired in there. So there's nothing that you don't want people to see. But make sure you've also got some good highlight covers as well, and they look professional and they match your business's theme. Now, we know you all check your insights hopefully on Facebook, but are you doing the same for your Instagram? It's just as important, but there's also lots of different stuff that you can check on Instagram. Obviously, you're still going to look at your followers, your account reach, the content interactions, whether that's a post, a story, an Instagram TV, your reel, whatever you've posted. But what's really important is that you can also start to see your profile visits, the amount of impressions. You can then also start to see your website taps and the amount of buttons that were clicked on and stuff. So you can see if the profile that you've designed, if it's working or not, and if it's not, start to change it like you would do with anything that you're reviewing in terms of your content too. Now looking at growing your following, well, what's the best way to do it? Well, it's to do everything I've just told you. Once you've got all that right, you've got all that in place and it's starting to work for you, this is the extra sort of stuff that you can do. Think about, staying true to your goals and your plans and use everything that I've just said. That alone is going to make you have a successful channel. But what you then want to start doing is thinking about promoting your Instagram on other channels. So doing it, on your Facebook page, on your website, and any forms of marketing that you're putting out. Connect with other local businesses in your area, so you can, if you pop into a local coffee shop in the morning, pop on your business's stories, tag them in. I'm sure they'll start doing the same for you, and you'll start to build a good relationship within the community and become known. Keep your hashtags relevant. We have a hashtag guide in the back of our social media pack, which is available on the Jet2 Holidays Trade website under Boost My Social. Do live videos, start to show your personal element. Try advertising as well. So obviously this is all stuff that you can do organically, but then try and put some money behind things. Encourage users to share your stories and then even tag themselves when they're going on their holidays. Have a strategy and schedule your posts. It's so important, and make sure you are using your insights to review that content. But like we say, we could talk to you for hours about social media. There's so much that you can learn and you can do. One thing we would all encourage you to do now is go away and look on Instagram for Business. They have a website page, and obviously if you have a business account, they can start to look at different things that they can help you doing, and there's free tools. And there's lots available at your fingertips there. And they also have an Instagram account which you can start following. Obviously they'll start to give you some recommendations, but there's so much information here for you, so we would definitely recommend that you start looking at that.